Yeah, and we will have a look at an example. Once again, much appreciated that Giuseppe shared the slides here, because he actually, or his team actually, elaborated on this one here, which is really a fascinating example in my opinion. So they used the hackathon data set, which is available by, for example, in the R package something. Yeah. So you can, it's an open data set actually, and this contains the competition results of 25 athletes in 7 disciplines from the hackathon held at the Seoul 1988 Olympics. Yeah, and the aim is to rank the athletes according to their overall performance in all 7 disciplines. And the idea is, instead of using the 7 disciplines, we want to reduce the dimensionality to the first, for example, the first PC, and then see if the official scores we get when only considering the first PC is more or less the same as when we just use the original 7 disciplines. Yeah, so there is a ranking, of course, from the official ranking from the Olympics, which considers the performance of all athletes in all 7 disciplines. Yeah, and we want to reproduce this ranking by just looking at the first PC obtained from PCA on these 7 features. Yeah, so this is the idea. And well, let's do it. Well, first of all, let's have a look at the features of this data set. Well, as you may know or may not know, heptathlon has 7 disciplines. So the ladies have to run the hurdles, 100-meter hurdles. The result is in seconds. Have to do the high jump, which is in meters. Have to do the shot put, that is Kugelstoßen in German, yeah, which is the result is in meters. 200-meter race in seconds. Long jump in meters. So this is day 1 actually. The whole thing goes over 2 days. First day 4 disciplines, then 3 disciplines, and the 8th one here, so the remaining one are the long jump, okay, javelin, this is Speerwurf in meters, and the 800-meter race as the big killer at the end. You probably recall all those amazing pictures from Olympics of these heptathlon and also the decathlon guys that somehow with their last strength, the last resources, they get over the goal line, and then just crack down and whatever. So that is the 800-meter race. Also, the results in seconds, and the whole thing comes with a score, which is, I mean, those 7 ones here are the original 7 features, and the score is the total score of the official scoring system. So everybody gets some specific number of points for the result, for some specific result in 100-meter hurdles. Yeah, that's just a table that you look up. Yeah, so I did actually athletics in when I was young. So feels like 100 years ago, but anyway, you know, my favorite saying about my past is, I was young when the Gummistiefel have been aus Holz. Yeah, the rubber boots were made of wood. So in that, I did some kind of not decathlon and heptathlon, but like this one here, and it was quite frustrating because well, they tried to keep those tables somehow comparable, but sometimes, I mean, I was really bad in 100-meter running, for example, but I was really good in high jumping and long jumping. But again, I was really bad in javelin, for example. But the points that you could get from 100 meters and from javelin, in my opinion, were not comparable to the points which you can get with good results in high jumping or long jumping. But just my personal view. Of course, people have put a lot of effort in making them comparable. Anyway, what I wanted to tell you is that, of course, everybody, all of the athletes actually did all those disciplines, get some results, and the results are transferred into a score, and the scores, the 7 individual scores, are just summed up to have a total score, which is the total score of the official scoring system, and this is stored in this 8th feature here, in the score feature. Now, can we just go off? No, we just cannot go off, because we have to take a closer look. The features hurdles run 200 meters and run 800 meters. So all the things where we have to run are time measurements. And in this case, the lower values are the better, of course. All the other values, for all the other disciplines, it holds that the higher the values are, the better. So the higher I jump, the longer I put the shot, Kugelstoßen, yeah. The longer I jump, the longer I throw the javelin, the Speer. So in those cases, the higher the values, the better. When I'm running, the lower the values, the better. Yeah. So you see it here, the results of the best and the worst participants. So Jackie Joyner Kersey, one of my personal stars actually, because I was young, more or less, in 1988, as I told you, as the rubber boots were made of wood. So anyway, Jackie Joyner Kersey won the competition back then, and she had these specific values and this score here, yeah. And the worst participant, actually I don't know the given name of Miss Launa from PNG. I don't know. Anyway, the winner takes it all. No, dabei sein ist alles. Anyway, so that was her performance, and this was the score. Yeah. So now, how can we get those? So and you see here the hurdles, which is a running discipline. The lower values, the better, and here the high jump, the higher values, the better, of course. Yeah. So how can we just make them comparable? Well, we use negative time measurements so that higher values are better than and therefore all features are the same direction. So we use, instead of the positive value, we use the negative value, and now the higher values are the better ones in all features. You see it here, yeah. So minus 12 something is better than, is higher, is a larger value than minus 16 something, and so now the larger values are the better in all features, including the final score, of course. Yeah. So this is just a trick to make those different features with different semantics and scale and direction comparable. Yeah. So we could have a look on the scatterplot matrix here, which displays the pairwise correlations actually between pairs of features, and we see some of the features are actually correlated. So high jump and hurdles are somehow correlated. There seems to be also a correlation between hurdles and shot put, but there are some outliers, as you see here. And so on and so on. So, and those things here, of course, give you the distribution of each individual attribute. So this is the distribution of values in the hurdles and in the high jump and so on and so on. I mean, I think you're familiar with a scatterplot or pair plot matrix. So you see. Basically, don't see too much actually. So hurdles seems to be somehow positively correlated with all of the other features, but there are some features that just have no correlation at all to each other. Yeah. So yeah, let's see. I mean, PCA of course tries to find correlated features, because the directions of the highest variance somehow also reveals correlations. Yeah. So let's see if PCA has a chance to really do a good or even a great job here. Yeah. So let's see.